Good morning, brothers and sisters. I'm just doing a short video today because me and Shannon were having a great discussion on a few of the parables of Yeshua and the bubbly springs, and how Yeshua was speaking about when the disciples would talk to him and they'd be like, but you say this and then you say this, and he would say things like, you're just drunk off the bubbling springs, or they're drunk off the bubbling springs. When they sober up, then they will come to the knowing and the understanding. And so we were going to talk a little bit and do a live stream maybe Saturday and talk a little bit about what those bubbling springs are, who they are, and what actually is Yeshua saying. And a few other parables too, like hate your mother and father, and just breaking that down into the truth and not a perception on it, so that we can better understand that he wasn't saying go out and fight them, go out and hate them. He was just saying that when you come to the truth, it will divide everything around you, and error will come after you. And when your counsel is the Christ and only him, then error will come after you. So just a few of those different parables, and showing that they're not commands. And what was the other command? Was trust only in me. If I said to you, trust only in the Father, you would go, that's a command. Does the Father command? The Father doesn't command. So we'll be talking a little bit about how it's not a commandment, how it just is what it is, and how to break that down a little bit, because they're not commands. He is just saying that at the end of the day, the Father is all there is, and he's the only trust you're going to have. And Christ is the only counselor. Trust no man, and stuff like that. So I won't go through too much of it, but we'll just break down them and see and show that they weren't commands. It was just the truth, and that everybody can perceive this differently and see it differently and unlock these things differently. But it's only perception, because you can't alter the truth. So the truth is that the Father is what he is, I am that I am, and that Christ is the only counselor, and he doesn't command. So I'll leave it at that for now. And there's a few other things too of speaking about being in the attributes of the Father, staying in the attributes of the Father, because staying in those attributes actually is the truth. So anything that happens around you can't be altered, because a lot of people can perceive you to be speaking, when you speak these truths, a lot of people can perceive you to be arrogant, to be trying to say that these things are mine, and they're not. When you actually are bridled with Christ, your counsel comes from the Father, because you're in those attributes. Ain't got nothing to do with a man. But we'll speak about that, because that joins up with the bubbling springs, that when you're speaking these things and people being drunk off the bubbling springs. But we'll keep it there, because it will actually be a good live stream. So I hope people can join us. I'll post this out and join us in this live stream. Have a beautiful day, and stay in Christ, because shit's really heating up out there. And you'll be seeing the division when we speak. You'll be like, shit, fuck, it's happening everywhere. All right, love you guys.